Hello there, Stanley Carr here. I love collecting music and sports memorabilia. Want to know where you can find some? I'll tell you. Go to oldglory.com. This website features one-of-a-kind apparel from your favorite sports teams and musical artists. And I can help you get 15% off of all items. Use the code WWH135. Enjoy the episode.
Welcome to Wrestling with Heart, a podcast looking at pro wrestlers giving back to their community. Join me, Stanley Carr, as I interview wrestling's hottest names who use their platforms as entertainers to raise awareness and do community service.
Hello and welcome to another edition of Wrestling with Heart. This is the show where we talk with professional wrestlers and professional wrestling personalities about their lives in and outside of the ring, as well as doing acts of charity work, community service, volunteering, and spreading positivity. We're always about the positive vibes here on the show, and with me right now, I've got a very special guest. He is an independent professional wrestler on the rise and distant relative of WWE legend Bob Backlund. It's Hayden Backlund. Welcome to Wrestling with Heart.
Hey, thanks for having me. How are we doing today?
I'm doing fantastic. Thanks so much for being on. Looking forward to this for a while. Now, you're from Buffalo, New York. Talk to me about your childhood and upbringing.
Yeah, so I'm from Buffalo, but I'm from a place called Grand Island. It's in between Buffalo and Niagara Falls, an island. I'm pretty much, I can see Niagara Falls from my house, damn near. So, being that, I've always just been, I'm a snow kid, always getting down by that Buffalo winter and just caring about the Buffalo sports. But yeah, it's always been a fun place to live.
So you're always like, every winter you just like going outside and like making snow angels. When you were younger, I'm sure you got to do like the build a snowman type stuff.
No, I don't know if I'm a snow angel guy more than I'm throw a snowball at somebody on the side of the street guy. But yeah, I enjoyed the snow.
So I guess you're used to the cold because it's pretty cold up your way.
I'm used to it, but as much as I said I'm a snow guy, I'm so sick of this winter. I'm ready. I'm ready for the heat.
Yeah.
I'm ready. I'm ready to get back down. I lived in Georgia for a little bit. I miss that weather right now.
What can you tell me about your first experiences watching professional wrestling? Were you always a fan?
Yeah, I've always been a fan. Like you'll hear a lot of times from wrestlers or maybe fans where they'll have that like, oh, I got out of it and this kid. I was always straight through watching professional wrestling. Be it the last name, maybe my family just was always gonna watch. Earliest memories was like '03. I was born in '01, so somehow I remember it. But I remember like Kane, Goldberg, a little bit of that talent evolution. But I've watched it my entire life. Yeah, it's been a part of my entire life.
So that would put you, I guess, right around the Ruthless Aggression era, like right around the time of, you'd mentioned Evolution and Goldberg. Kane was around, Brock Lesnar, Kurt Angle, Undertaker. So really a stacked period to watch. Just kind of got out of the Attitude Era, but it was still a pretty good time for sure.
Yeah. So I think I was too young to fully enjoy it, but I was watching it, like I was still like consuming it. But I'd say the time where it really just began to take over my life, I'd say like '07, '08. The Ruthless Aggression that just ended. It was that little in between part before PG where, Edge, Cena was still on top. Edge versus Undertaker. It was creeping into '09 Randy. Like that was the era where it was like, okay, this is my personality now.
And you had some pretty good storylines around that time as well. You had Shawn Michaels and Undertaker, Jeff Hardy, CM Punk, Orton and Triple H. Like you go down the line, like they had some pretty good stories back then as well. Cena and Batista, Cena and Punk, Mark Henry's Hall of Pain. So they had some good stuff to choose from and just go, wow, this is pretty intense.
Yeah, I remember like almost being in tears. I'm a major Kane fan. My dog's name is Kane. I remember the Hall of Fame when he wrote off Kane near Prime. So yes, I do remember that era very well.
Do you prefer Kane with the mask or without the mask?
So He was definitely more dominant with the mask, but my childhood was without the mask. I'll put it like this: I enjoy what was it, '03 until he took put the mask back on. Corporate Kane post, I don't like that. No mask, but that the when he had the tights, it's the bud cut, the shaved eyebrows. That mask, unmasked Kane is my favorite.
Yeah, like he was at his most sadistic. Like he was
Yeah.
like pure evil. Like him and
Yeah,
RVD had a rivalry.
see no evil Kane when he was in the movie. That's my day.
Yeah, that movie was crazy too because you had all those special effects and just was really like, yeah, it was really like one of those movies like you'd get nightmares about.
He was very scary in it.
Now, at what point did you decide I want to pursue this? I want to get into the business as a wrestler.
So it was always there that I would get a sack in football and hit the Randy's pose, or like it just was always a part of my life, and it just felt inevitable. There was never a moment, but I would say, as long as I can remember, I've always wanted to be a professional wrestler.
So you wanted to do it since childhood. At what age did you start looking up wrestling schools?
I I was looking up wrestling schools when I was an early teen. I remember watching Tough Enough and them bumping and taking a bump on my floor in my room and being like, I can't breathe. So as early as a young teen, I was looking up schools, looking at Black and Brave, looking at the I think Rikishi School out in Cali, Booker's in Texas, but Nightmare Factory landed in my lap when I turned 18. So
And you got that experience working with Cody Rhodes and QT Marshall. Talk to me about your experiences because when I've had people on the show talk about it, it's intense. It's you really have to want it. You really have to work and give so much effort to it. What was your experiences like learning how to wrestle?
Um, QT and Cody were incredible. They taught me damn near everything I know. It's weird. I'll say to people sometimes, like sometimes Cody was almost like Obi-Wan or like Yoda to me, where it's like he would say something and I'm like, what is he talking about? And 4 years later, I'd be like, oh my god, that's what he meant. Because he knew so much in advance and was giving us such good information, and I didn't even understand how good of the things he was giving me until I was in the moment. But yeah, it teaches you how to be not just a professional wrestler, but what you need to do to potentially be a star.
Yeah, so you learn from these guys. What kinds of things are they telling you, pieces of advice that you're taking away from your time learning from them and now applying it today on the independent scene?
Well, most importantly, they teach you to be a good person in the business. That they teach you how to act in a locker room, how to speak to people, how to deal with people. That stuff is like you can't put a price amount on just being a good person, and that's what they force. They don't deal with anyone that's going to be an ass. Um, I would say like maybe in ring things of like proper selling, where to sell to, certain things to do in moments of, hey, this isn't working. What should I do? Oh, that thing QT showed me. Try it and it works. So, as much as I'd love to give you like, oh, this is the golden ticket thing. It's just how to act. I would say is the overwhelming answer.
Yeah, you really want to go out of your way to be kind to as many people as you can, shake hands with as many people as you can, network with as many people as you can, because when you're coming up in the business, you're learning from legends. You're learning from people that are making it. You'd mentioned a few guys earlier, Rikishi, Booker T. When you attend some of these seminars by these guys and grasping the knowledge, you want to listen. You want to pay attention to what they're saying because that information could very well help you in the future as you make your way and climb up the ladder.
Yeah, yeah. You got to go into wrestling saying I know nothing. Even if you think you do, you really don't until you get out there and you fail. So always being able to listen and learn from people that have succeeded or Sometimes not even. I've gotten great advice from people I wouldn't expect it from, but just always being able to listen.
Who would you say have been some of the people, in addition to Cody and QT, some of the guys that, are legends or stars that you've had the chance to kind of rub shoulders with?
I'd say EC3, NWA Exodus, being there with him and just seeing his view and his approach to the business has helped. And he's taught me a couple things. Trying to think of because I'm such a nightmare factory kid. I mean, as weird as it sounds, your legend to me out in Chicago, Trevor Outlaw really showed me differences of how to approach it, how to talk to people. The merch game, which I struggled with. I was doing the but learning, hey, there's money to be made on this section of the business. Learning it from people on the independents that have succeeded more than I have.
And when you're at these conventions, you're getting a chance to meet some of these guys as well. So have you had a chance to talk to any of them lately or talk to any of them when you're there? Because there's some things I'm sure you can learn from there as well.
So the conventions are tough to talk to people because it's there's so many lines and you don't want to be that person to go up and be like, hi, sir, you got any advice? But sometimes you just trip in and stumble into some knowledge. I got some from Moxley one time of, we're musicians, grab an instrument, try and make music. It may suck or you might have a hit song, but you have to go up there and try.
You start working, you start putting a few matches together, and you start making your name out there. Have you ever spoken with Bob about advice and getting advice from him?
Not really. I always put it like this: he's a couple generations up, and his family's in Minnesota. My section's over in Buffalo. It's unique because as much as it somehow travels its way to me, where I'll meet somebody that's worked that puts over all these amazing things about him and tells me how incredible the guy is, and things through the family. Of course, family reunions, you'll catch all that. But then you'll just get something of oh, I worked Bob and he did this and it was incredible. I'm I'm stealing that. A little bit of knowledge, not saying stealing it, whatever, but just thought process to how he approached things and how I was as a person. Yeah, I want that to be the Backlund way, not just Bob, the Backlund. So, yeah, the advice finds me.
Could we perhaps see the use of the cross-faced chicken wing in the future?
Well, I don't know when this where, but if you watch one of these upcoming NWA tapings, maybe you do. Maybe you do. Maybe you see someone tap out to it.
Just never know. Just got to watch and tune in.
I'm just throwing that out there. You got to watch. Tune into NWA. Hey, tune into NWA. I want them to see that I'm promoting it. So when you put this out, everyone tune into NWA Power, especially when I'm on it, because helps me get a job and get paid. So everybody tune in.
Yes. Just gotta keep your eyes out. Now, you're with NWA currently. Talk to me about what it's been like working there and some of the people you've been enjoying working over there with them so far.
Yeah, I mean, I've always loved working with Pretty Boy Smooth. He's incredibly talented, and that it took him this long to get signed is a shame. And it's a no fault of his own. Carson Drake is fantastic. He's an ass, but he's very good at it. Being able to work, and that's another thing I forgot to mention of veteran experience. So that has given me great advice. Damian Sando, Aaron Steven, fantastic advice. Love working with him. There's a lot of great people down there. It's unique because I was never around the NWA because I'm a New York kid. It wasn't Southern, we didn't come across the NWA. So I'm used to Buffalo, New York, where, it's chicken wings and beer and fist fights. That Southern style is unique and new to me, and I'm enjoying it. I'm learning it, but I'm used to bar fights. And hopefully I can bring some of those to NWA.
Yeah, that old school brawling style. It can't get any better than that. It's just that classic smash mouth in your face type of wrestling that I feel like we could use right now.
Of course, that Terry Funk. Yeah, we could have definitely used bringing that back. Backlund too. Pick someone up, throw them around, put them in the chicken wing.
Exactly. Dream opponents. Who are people that you would like to face in the future? Any future goals?
Should I say three? You say three,
Yeah.
Woodward? I'll go Cody, of course. I think Cody, trainer, it's there. Writes itself as a student. Of course, you want to face him. And champion WWE, of course, I'd want to face him. I would say, because I trained with him a pretty good amount at Nightmare Factory, I would love to face Hook. I think me and Hook would, I think Backlund as this kid, I think that shooter style, us being around the same age, it's there. I think me and Hook would be able to do some good business. I'll go CM Punk. I grew up a Punk kid. I grew up a CM Punk fan. So why not say CM Punk? We're shooting for the stars.
Yeah, those would be good ones. All good ones. And I hope they happen because wrestling today, it's really, there's no better time to be a fan because you got all these different companies, places to work. NWA is included in that. So the sky's the limit for dream matches and goals to reach in the future. I think that WWE or AEW, those would be some good places to work for.
Yeah, I'd love to. Either or. You didn't get me to pick. Either or, I'd love to work for.
Now, let's switch gears and talk about some of the stuff. I know you've been very active with animal rescue, very passionate about that cause. What made you start to get involved with animal rescue?
I mean, I've always just been an animal guy. I've always had pets. Growing up, we had bunnies. I've had a bunch of cats, dogs. My dog Kane. Um, my girlfriend moved in. She brought her cat. I've always just been an animal lover, and it's always just been a good sign for me. Whenever I'm on the road, if I see a stray cat, I gotta help it out. And it's just naturally born in my personality to just enjoy animals.
Have you been involved with like any organizations or have participated in different functions that were kind of near and dear to your heart?
Well, me and Brooke Havoc do bets, and she's a Celtics fan. I'm a New York Knicks fan, and we usually will wager whoever's team loses, they have to bring a bunch of animal food to their local shelter. So last year, when the Knicks eliminated the Celtics in the playoffs, in California, an animal shelter got a bunch of food because of Brooke. So I'll say yes. My gambling has helped the animals.
It's kind of interesting, having such a bet like that with sports teams, and it ends out with charity. It's kind of fascinating.
Hey, why not enjoy the game and the animals at the same time? Two birds, one stone.
Exactly. So, what would you say has been the most rewarding part about being involved with giving the food to the animals?
I mean, I've always go in there and try and visit them. So when you're just helping the workers, you're taking some of the financial stress, whether it be 30, 40, 60 bucks, whatever it may be, you're helping an animal. So it's worth it. Certain things like that. Also, like little things where with I'll post animals that are up for adoption on my social media, and someone will be like, "Hey, I adopted him because of your post." Certain things like that. Any little difference I can make on it, that's what I want.
Why do you feel passionate about giving back to your community?
I am who raised me, shouldn't I? Like it's in my blood. It's what I've been a part of my entire life. So why wouldn't I? As much as I don't know if there's a passion or it's just my job to do that.
Definitely making a difference goes a long way, and just you never know where that can lead you, because when you give back, you're not only you're making others feel good, but you feel good inside because you're helping somebody else out with something in need.
You're 100% correct. I couldn't put it better myself.
Now, how does it feel to be one of the most feared, if not the most feared, video game guys on all the indies right now?
Who told you that?
A little birdie told me that you're a big video game freak, video game nerd.
Yeah, I play video games a lot. I would just say your favorite wrestler has probably got his ass whooped by me in a video game. So, I mean, it's what kept me out of trouble. I was either getting into fist fights growing up or playing video games, and my parents were like, yeah, let's keep him playing video games and sports to keep him out of trouble. So, and just always being a sports fan, just my friends I grew up with were ultra competitive. So it was either you're really good at this or they're talking relentless amount of trash to you. So I just set my game up and I realized not all friend groups were like that. So I run into people on the indies that they're smiling and I'm 40 at half. So so yeah, I've dominated many on the independent circuit with the controller. It's good to know that it's getting out.
What's your favorite video game of all time?
I've always loved the NBA 2K games. I'm a big basketball fan, so I enjoy the rec, the online competitiveness of that game. I never did any of the like Nintendo stuff. You know, like I was dropped in. I think sixth grade was Call of Duty Black Ops 2, and that's where I was just like, this is more now. This is my life. We're grabbing the Mountain Dew. I'll show up on 2 hours sleep to football practice, but we are playing this game all night. So I'd say just any shooters like that, and then sports games.
Any wrestling games? Do you play any wrestling games?
Yeah, of course. Me and Trip Jordy have been in many Royal Rumbles together, just battles. I think the first game I ever played was WWE 07. My dad had to go to work and he left the game on. I was like, all right, let me steal this controller. And just been playing ever since. I've always enjoyed the wrestling games. Probably should go grab the new 2K game. But yeah, I've always loved the wrestling games. We're all to WrestleMania. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, Road to WrestleMania was definitely my favorite growing up to play. Also, Survivor Series on the Game Boy Advance. Those are some really good ones.
That's before my time. I've never done. I was past that.
Yeah, this was back in the 2000s, and the Game Boy Advance was like one of the dominant platforms, and so getting the chance to play like Survivor Series back during when they had the initial brand split, Raw, SmackDown, made for some good memories for sure. And then over time, as I got continue to get better with it, I was like, yeah, this is my favorite. This is my jam.
For sure. Those games are great.
And also, too, the hand-eye coordination. It really helps, when you're playing video games, it really helps with your hand-eye coordination, seeing it, and just, it's good for the mind.
That's why my punches are so good. That's why my strikes are so good. All that hand-eye coordination from video games.
Yeah, it's like when you're thinking about it and what do you do? What actions do you take? I'm like, oh yeah, I know what to do here because I've done it before. I've done it in real life. So yeah, if I'm playing a wrestling game, yeah, it's good practice.
I completely agree.
Yes. Well, Hayden, this is wonderful getting the chance to speak with you. I want to say thank you for coming on to Wrestling with Heart. It means a lot to me and to my listeners and viewers that are watching this on YouTube. Where can people find out more about you on social media? And if there's anything you want to plug, feel free.
You can find me at Hayden_Backlund on all social medias. I'm the account that looks like me. So if you click it, that's me. Make sure to watch me on NWA Power. Push that. Maybe give me a job or two and I can make some money. But, yeah, just check me out on NWA and media. Probably posting about animal sports and talking shit. So thank you.
All right. Well, thanks again, Hayden, and you're more than welcome to come back.
Hey, thank you so much. You have a good one.
All right. Take care.
You too.
This is Wrestling with Heart. I hope you found this podcast to be informative and entertaining. If you did, please hit the subscribe button and look out for the next edition.